Hello, hello. Welcome back to the WeCrochet YouTube page and Facebook page. We are so excited to have you again here this week. I can't even tell you how much fun I'm having getting to come and chat with you guys every week this year, and also bring some really great designers that are my friends, at least the ones so far that we've had. I love getting to share all of this with you. So as you come in and join us, let us know you're here. Where are you watching from? What are you making? What's going on with you? We're always happy to have you here. Hi, Dawn. Even if you are not watching live and you're on the replay, we are still excited to have you here. And please go ahead and put comments in. If you have questions along the way, you can put them in the chat. We have Kelly here, as always, in the background answering our questions. Hey, Jen, answering questions and posting links for us. Before we get started, I do want to tell everybody, don't forget to head over to our website. We've got a really great sale that's going to be starting up here for our red and our white and our pink yarns just in time for Valentine's Day. So keep an eye out for that. Sign up for our email so that you will know every time a sale goes live and what is going on. Oh, and don't forget, if you haven't already, sign up for our catalog. Our first catalog is coming out very soon. I'm very excited about it. It's an exciting journey, and we are so excited to get to share it with you. So please go to our website, sign up for the catalog and our newsletter if you haven't already, to stay up to date. So let's see. We've got some people coming in. So hi. Welcome. Glad to see you all. Today, I get to share with you another make along. It's not a crochet along, and it's not that because it is for knitters and crocheters. So it's two projects working at the same time. You all get to join in together and have a ton of fun. Let me tell you, it is a lot of fun. And so this is going on this weekend. So like super excited to get to share this with you. I have my wonderful friends here with me. Let me see. I have Miss Marley Bird with us. And I also have Robin Chachula.
Hello.
So these wonderful designers are ladies that you definitely want to be following if you're not already. I mean, I'm going to just fangirl here. I've known these ladies for a while, so this is always exciting for me. But I think Robin was the first designer I really started following in my crochet journey, all the way back to the Crochet Today magazine. She was in there. I started following her. That took me over when your encyclopedia came out. How many years ago? What, almost 10 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
She did Marley's podcast. So I found Marley that way, and it has just literally snowballed from there with how my relationship has grown with these ladies.
Marley and
I know.
Yeah.
Marley and I have a very special relationship. I used to work for Marley before I got my job here at WeCrochet. So Marley is very special to my heart for many reasons, but she is also a phenomenal designer and somebody you want to check out. I love Marley so much too as a designer because she's not just crochet. She's not just knitting. She does both. Sometimes it's a similar pattern, but a lot of times, you know, it's just what works for each of the crafts, and they're truly just amazing patterns. So again, if you don't follow her, please go to her page, Facebook page, Instagram. She's a wonderful teacher on YouTube. You'll have tons of learning hours there. Go check it all out. We are so excited to have her and share with the Game Day Make-Along.
Which you were there at the beginning. So like, you know all this.
This is 5 years in the making, people. Or no, maybe 4 years in the making.
No, this is our 5th year.
Is it 5? So this is 5 years in the making of Marley and I conniving our way into how do we do more make-alongs with people because they're so fun. And we were crazy enough to decide that a one-day make-along was a really good idea.
And we decided it 1 week before we were going to do it.
Was it even a week? I'm not even sure.
Well, it was Super Bowl Sunday, and we did it the Monday before is when I was like, you know, we could do this. And you were like, yes. And yeah, the rest is history.
Yes, I am totally an enabler, and I will not apologize for that, everybody. You are welcome. A one-day event that is super amazing, and so it's called the Game Day event because it happens on Super Bowl Sunday, and we know that not everybody watches the Super Bowl or not everybody's into football. We also know that a lot of people have a spouse or a partner that is into football, and then you kind of get stuck there for the day, kind of doing things. So this is a really great opportunity to just get together. There's a new part of the pattern that comes out every hour. So you make one section and then the next hour it comes out, you make the next section, and you kind of just move along as you go. So this year, Marley is doing the knit version and Robin is stepping in and doing the crochet version. So
And Tunisian. This year we have Tunisian.
So you guys can choose all three, and don't worry if you are a multi or a by crafty stitcher. The patterns stay up on Marley's website, so you can do one on the day, and then you can still make the other two if you want to. It'll always be there that you can go and check out. So before we get into all of the details of the event and everything else, let's take a minute to talk about the yarn, because let's let everybody know. Go stash diving if you need to. Go purchase your yarn. It is on Sunday that the event will be taking place. And so we are using two different yarns this time around. Marley for the knit, I always go backwards. Marley for the knit version is using our Swish worsted, which is a stunning yarn. It's 100% fine superwash merino. And all three projects use 5 colors, correct? All three?
Yes.
Okay. So do they need to pick 5 colors, though? Could they do it with fewer than 5 colors?
Yeah, you can get it done with 3.
Technically, yeah, you could get it done with 3. However, we highly encourage you to use 5, especially for your first one. Like, and you're going to want to make more than one.
If you don't know Marley, she is the color queen. So color is her thing. So when you hear 5 colors, this is just like the normal for her.
Yeah, you're never going to get 4 colors from me. Like, you can rest assured. It's never going to be 4. It's either going to be 3 or 5 or 7 or more. Never 4.
Yeah. And we should also talk about too. I mean, I know what the patterns look like, but I won't share anything unless you guys want to. But we should talk about, you don't want the colors to be monochromatic.
No.
You want there to be differences so that you can see the differences of what you're working. Or maybe not monochromatic, but not gradient.
Yeah.
I think
Marley's grabbing it for you. The key, because we find color very challenging, and I'm sure everybody else does. So we try to give people a general help. So what Marley's holding up is, we are telling everybody that you need. So if you look at her pinks and her grays, you want one color that's going to be like a dark and a light version. So like one color is pink, a dark and a light. One is gray, dark and light. And then you need the third color to be something that works with all of them. We're calling that the neutral color. So that palette would go well together.
Which I can hear everybody. They're like, in what world is orange neutral? But in this palette, it's a beautiful neutral color. Now I've made another one, you guys, or I'll show you a different colorway. I mean, I did this where, oops, I just dropped it. I know. Blue was actually my neutral.
I love that color palette.
This one's awesome. Like, I'm very happy with this one. But yeah, so you need 5 colors. But you can do anything.
That's for all 3 hats. And are all the materials that are needed, like the quantity of yarn and everything, that's in that link that we posted. So you can head over there and you'll see everything that you need. So again, that is Swish worsted for our knit version.
I do want to mention that, like, when they buy this, because I know it seems like it's a lot of yarn, you could get more than one of the items. Like, you can make more than one with the amount of yarn you're buying.
Awesome. Here, I have to just share this. We got a comment here. Orange and pink are my neutrals, period.
You and I can be friends. I mean, look at my nails.
Yes. And neutral, yeah, you got to just take what the word neutral means. It means something different in different cases. So, yeah.
Mhm.
And then on the crochet side, we're using a different yarn. We're using Brava worsted. So
Mhm.
again, you can get a ton of different colors. Now, what about like the speckle version? Is that going to be good in this
Mhm.
project or stick with your solid colors?
No, you could do speckle. Absolutely. The only thing you want to avoid is variegated. It's
Okay,
just not you're not gonna be happy with it. You don't
perfect.
want any color changing yarn, you don't want any variegated. It's not you're not gonna be happy with any of the 3 that you work with.
Awesome. Okay, so let's explain to people how this all works. What is the time of our first clue?
All right. So in years past, we've done it every hour, right? So this year we changed it up and we made it so that it's every 2 hours. So at 9 a.m. Eastern time this year, that's when the first play goes up. So what you do, so there's a link, I think that you guys have it provided, and that link is going to take you to a blog post with all the details. Now, here's how I work all of my make alongs. This is what we've learned through the years. Katelyn, you can back me up on this. Having everything in one place and having one page that you can bookmark on your Chromebook or your Firefox or whatever you're doing, having that one page and knowing you're always going back to that one page to get the next set of instructions or whatever you need has been very beneficial. So, the link that you're getting with all the details will be the same link that you will use on game day. 9 a.m. Eastern time, you'll go to that link, scroll all the way to the bottom, okay? All the way to the bottom. Let me say that for a third time. All the way to the bottom, you're going to scroll and you're going to find where it says, here are the plays. And it'll say 9 a.m. crochet, 9 a.m. knitting, 9 a.m. Tunisian, and then it'll have a link there. So you'll click whichever link to the piece you're making. So say you're making the knit one, you'll click the link to the knit and it'll take you to the play for the 9 o'clock hour. Then at 11 o'clock, you'll come back to that same blog post, scroll to the bottom, and it'll have the 11 o'clock, knitting, Tunisian, crochet. You'll click 11 o'clock knitting, and it'll take you to the 11 o'clock play. So does that mean you're going to have all these actually it's 6 different plays, but you're going to have 6 different plays that you're going to go to? Yes, there are 6 different pages that you will eventually get clicked to because all of those plays are all individually listed. Now, having said that, after the entire event is done, you will have the availability to purchase an ad-free PDF. So that will be available. But during the event, every 2 hours, you're going to go to that play and it'll be the next set of instructions. Now, this is a mystery make along. So you have no idea what you're making. Like half the fun for the first couple of plays is usually people trying to guess what they're making. Especially in the Marleys Minions Facebook group. That's where all the prizes, that's where all the fun and the extra help and all that is happening. We have that in the Marleys Minions group. And so you'll see people who are already posting, here are my colors. I've done my gauge swatch. I can't wait to get started. And then the first clue comes and there's an actual thread. It'll say 9 a.m. crochet clues, 9 a.m. knitting clues, or thread, like help thread. And the thing there is that there are testers who have tested all of these patterns. And to make it easier for us to know what play you're talking about when you need help, we have it so that way you ask your questions in that particular thread. So, for example, 9 a.m. comes, you go to that blog post, you scroll to the bottom, you click 9 a.m. knitting. It takes you to the knitting play. You're like, fantastic, I'm going to get started. You get started and you're like, great, it's done. I'm going to post my progress picture, or maybe you have a question. You go to Marleys Minions group, you find the 9 a.m. knitting thread, and you could ask your question in there. You could post your progress picture in there. You could, if maybe you had no problem and you want to help others with what they're doing, you can do that, because it's a little tricky if some of the parts you're like, you're literally going by blind faith of what I've written down or what the video has told you to do, because there are videos there to help you out. And there are rewards for being helpful. So we'll talk about the prizes and stuff later. But essentially, it's every 2 hours. So 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, then 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock. And then at 6 o'clock, we have one more it's called extra credit or extra point or something like that. I can't remember what we did. But essentially, the 5 plays are going to get you get the whole thing complete. Can you finish it in one day? Absolutely. I can finish this project in 4 to 5 hours. Granted, I knit very fast.
Yeah. Super speed.
Like I knit very fast. And I haven't made the crochet one yet. I am making the crochet one because I love it. But yeah, we've made this project so it can be completed in one day. However, you do have more than one day to complete the project for a chance to win a grand prize. So just like, there's participation points for things, you can win prizes for that. You can win prizes for just finishing and participating. You can just enjoy the fun of it all. And then one of the best things is after 6 o'clock, and this was Katelyn's idea years ago, there is a bingo card. So you can print off a bingo card and watch the commercials, watch the game, have your family join in. Like half the fun that we have found from other Minions is their family gets excited about the bingo cards. They're like, oh, let me play. And once you fill out your bingo card, you actually, you posted that you've bingoed and you can win a free pattern. So there's all sorts of fun things to do. We're just trying to make it fun, and you don't have to sports ball. You don't have to enjoy anything about football. You can hate the NFL, but this is all about just coming together and having something fun to do. And I mean, I always have a lot of fun doing it. Through the years, we've learned how to make it better and better and better. The first year we crashed the website. we had no idea what was going on. First year I was designing 2 hours ahead of when the clues were coming out. Like it was insane. So we have learned a lot through the years. So we have the clues. We know the pages they're set up. We know the threads are helpful. We know the progress pictures are helpful. We have hashtags. We have prizes. We have video help. I mean, I don't know what more we can give you at this point. And now this year we have Tunisian. I mean, if you guys follow me at all, I am not a Tunisian person. And this is the year of Tunisian for Marley Bird. So
that's because we have Robin, who is the master of Tunisian. So maybe, Robin, could you just jump in for a minute and tell everybody what kind of Tunisian skills do they need to have to be able to complete this? Is this a beginner-friendly pattern? What can you tell us about the Tunisian version?
So what I can tell you what's going on with Tunisian, because Tunisian is such a special, interesting craft all on its own, And what we made sure that we did is this project is not like if you've never done Tunisian before and you want to make this your first one, I would choose a different one. There's nothing in there that you can't do in any way, shape, or form. But there's it can be stressful on your first make along to try to get it done in one day. What I will say is because it's me and on the same thing with the crochet version, that there is always stitches that you've never seen, never done that I'm throwing at you. Because it's got to be fun and it's got to be different. So what I find is
keep us on our toes.
Always.
Yeah. I mean, but that's why we are going to have all the directions, the video descriptions, everything will be shown to you. But the whole point of game day is to do something that you haven't done before, expand your skills a little bit. We're not asking you to be an expert in anything. If you are beginner level and you're adventurous, you're like, sure, I'm totally game. And so, it's with crochet, we're so used to, there's so many different places where you can place your hook. Well, it's no different in Tunisian. You think about all the different stitches in Tunisian, it's just you're placing your hook somewhere else. So you're chill with that. Everyone is. And that's kind of the key to this project too. It's going to look awesome. Now, with that caveat, with both the crochet and the Tunisian versions, they don't look anything alike. They're just the two different versions. What I made sure that I did, and Marley does the same with the knit one, is we're going to show you how to do it using these super interesting stitches. There's only like one in each of the patterns that is kind of kooky and wacky. That's what I bring on the table. But what we make sure that we do is we have an option of, okay, you gave it a try, But if this is not your favorite stitch to do, we're giving you an option of how to do it in a different stitch, something that's easier to do. Because we want you to enjoy this process. The whole reason that we crochet and we knit and we do this craft is because it should be enjoyable. So if you've taken any classes with me, I always tell you that, okay, I've taught you this technique, but if you've decided you never want to do it again, perfect. Write it down, say, I hate that. And so it's the same thing with what we're going on. We both are going to show you a technique. If you're like, okay, that's stressing me out, then we're going to give you an option of here, I'm glad you tried it. It's like, I'm glad you tried your vegetables, but here you can go right in and have your candy now and do it in an easier way. No matter what option you choose, no matter what path you take, you're going to end up with a great project and something that's fun and enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, that's more so on the not the part of having alternate stitches is more on the Tunisian and the crochet one. The knit one, there's not a whole lot of extra different stitches we're going to do.
But you
can
have
play with color differently.
Yeah, but you also have extras that they can do on top of what they finish.
Yes.
Don't say too much. It's a mystery.
This is why we make such a good team.
I do want to put out here was a question specifically about the Brava speckle. If they are going to use that, do you suggest that being that neutral color, or would that be one of your like light dark versions of the same color?
I mean, Marley will talk about the knit, but for the Tunisian, I would put it as either one of the dark or one of the lights and not the neutral and I'm going to think about this. And it's for both of them. I would not use it as my neutral. I would use it as one of my darker or my lights in both the crochet and the Tunisian.
Really? Now, I think it would be good as a neutral in the crochet.
I think
if you have the solids as the other two?
I think it would look weird.
Oh. All right.
Again, opinions.
Yeah.
We got lots of them.
You can play around with it. You asked for, there's no speckle in Swish, so I'm not gonna, unless you're doing, I would go with solid for the knit one. Just stick with solids for the knit. Stick with it.
I do want to take a second and just throw this out there that we are doing a giveaway, and what you can win is you can win one of our crochet tote bags that we have. Plus, you'll also get 5 balls. It's always backwards. I got to figure this out. 5 balls of Brava worsted in the color of your choice. So you can get 5 different colors of yarn so that you can make any one of the hat patterns that are out. So even though you probably won't get your yarn in time because we usually give you a day or so to respond, the patterns will be up on the site that you can go ahead and make them as soon as you get your yarn as well. Start on Sunday with whatever you have on hand and then go ahead and make another one. So it looks like somebody had come in a little bit late here. And so just to let everybody know, we're talking about the game day make-along event with Marley Bird, are the wonderful designer, and the guest designer, I guess, or the partner designer of Robin Chichula for the crochet patterns. It's a wonderful one-day make-along event. So there's a knit version, a crochet version, and a Tunisian version this year. It is a mystery, so you will not know what you're making until maybe a couple of clues in, you'll figure it out. But so it is a mystery. So you just go and you have fun. And it is a project. I will say it is a small project because you can make it in a day if that's what you're doing all day. So you don't have to feel as much pressure as maybe some of the other mystery make-alongs that are larger and you don't know what you're doing. This is small enough pieces of yarn that if you don't like it halfway through, that's your choice. But try it, because even if you don't like what you're making for whatever reason, you're going to have a ton of fun just getting to be with these designers, with the group of people that are doing the mystery make along. I always found that to be the funnest part. I mean, I'll be honest, I never made the make along during the day. I was too busy working all the back end stuff, but just being in the group was so much fun, and just getting to chat with people and everything else. So it looks like a bunch of people are saying that they're totally in suspense. They're so excited. They're looking forward to it. This will be my first make along, or the first game day along, all these other things. It's so wonderful. We had another person say, I'm on my way to get yarn for my first game day. You guys are going to absolutely love it. It is just so much fun. And this is not the only event like this that Marley does, but we're not going to talk about those because that's why we're going to have her back. So mum's the word. We're only talking about this. But anyway, to win the prize that we have, you just need to put a comment here in Facebook. That's where we're going to be picking the winners from. So head on over. You can put one in now while we're live or in the replay. All you need is one comment. The tool that we use will take out the multiple entries. So everybody's just entered once. We'll pick the winner tomorrow and we'll reach out to you and get your information so that we can send the yarn off to you as well. So just one comment, let us know if you're joining the make along, which version of the make along you're thinking of doing, or all 3 versions of the make along. Let us know what you're working on now. Anything, just talk to us. We got somebody who said I came in late, but this sounds interesting. Looking forward to see the clues. I want to make all of them. So yeah, it's super exciting. I think you guys are really going to love this. I'm so excited to get to share this with you.
Have you started it yet, Katelyn?
No.
Oh,
I'm so far behind.
I'm shocked.
Well, to be honest, okay, so guys, full disclosure, I'm in the testing group for Marley. So I will admit that I waited to see what all 3 versions were so I could decide which one I wanted to do. Just because that's just how I roll sometimes.
Oh, God.
Other times I jump in like with 2 feet and I don't know what we're doing and we just do it. But with 3 versions and I do all 3 crafts, I was like, I don't know. So I'm going to actually be doing it live with everybody else on Sunday this year instead of doing it ahead
Which
of time.
one?
Don't make her choose in front of us. That's terrible.
Oh, crap. Which one? It's all right. It's yours. You're everybody's favorite. Everybody's favorite is Robin.
Well, although my favorite is the knit one, so there you go.
I was actually thinking about doing the knit one on the day because I'm in the process of 2 crochet projects, so I kind of need like a knit palette cleanser. But I did see the crochet and the Tunisian, and I do love them too. That I'm probably going to end up having to do all 3, maybe not all for me, but for family members too. To be doing it. But I love too that it really is a great way to kind of use up some scrap yarn if you have it to get trying it because it is the 5 colors and everything else. Although
and you know, Katelyn, the whole reason I was using Brava is because you have all of those mini packs of Brava.
Yes.
And so they're fantastic for this project. You can grab a whole bunch of them and go to town.
Totally awesome. Let's see. Hold on, I got some other one. Oh, here we go. First, this will be my first. I'm going to do the crochet one. Thank you, Gretchen. Now, you know there's going to be more crochet here, Marley. We are on the crochet channel.
No, that's totally fine. I'm okay with that. The crochet one is awesome. I love it. So I'm cool with it.
I can't wait. I want to make all 3. You ladies are the best. They really are the best. I love these. And
you know what we should make sure that we're really clear about is that we're starting 9:00 Eastern time, but don't worry if you're on a different time zone. Don't wake up at 5:00 in the morning or anything like that to start with us.
You're fine.
You'll have plenty of time to catch up. This year we were very, very specific in making sure that everyone had enough time in whatever you're doing in the day.
We just know life is so crazy right now. Like, I mean, that's all across the board from when we did Turkey Trot to this. We're just bringing it down a little bit more this year because all of us just feel like we just need to take a deep breath and just enjoy a little bit. And so we were didn't want to have rush, do. We wanted to enjoy the process. So yeah, it's much more low key this year, I think.
And before we do wrap up, let's answer this question. Is the knit version beginner friendly? But let's also address the same thing for the crochet and the Tunisian. I know we spoke about Tunisian a little, but let's just be very clear. Is this good if you are a beginner in any of these crafts? What skill level should you kind of be at to feel confident in going into this make along?
So you guys, I mean, I've done Buy Crafty Boot Camp where I taught crocheters how to knit. So if you've been through Buy Crafty Boot Camp, you can do this project. No question. When I think of beginners, to me, I feel like beginners can do anything. You can do anything. It just takes some patience and some time doing it. Do I believe that you need to be a confident beginner? Yes. If you are not confident in recognizing your knits and your purls, then this might be difficult for you. But I feel like if you're a confident beginner, you're willing to jump in with, 2 feet forward. Does that make sense? And just kind of, try it out. I think that you will enjoy it. And like Robin said, like, I'll give you some different color, because obviously there's going to be color work because there's lots of colors. So I'll give you some color work options that are easier, more stripe-esque, if that's something that you tend to want to gear towards. But yeah, so I mean, that's a really long-winded answer to say I have a hard time telling people, beginners, like, oh, you can't do it, because I feel like beginners really can do anything. If you can recognize what a knit stitch is, recognize what a purl stitch is, and just, understand that you might be a little bit slower than everything else, but that's okay. Just be patient with yourself and give yourself time to get it, I guess. I don't know. Did that answer it? Did I even answer it? I just felt like I was just talking.
No,
Okay.
that's perfect because it goes exactly for the crochet and the Tunisian. It's exactly what Marley said. You need to be a confident beginner. Anybody, as long as it's not you're holding. I don't want you holding your hook for your very first time. That you're not going to be happy with. But in the crochet version, if you're confident in getting started in a pattern, you got it. Don't worry about your pattern reading skills. Don't worry about your diagram, because it's me. It's going to be all diagrams. Um, I'm going to have so many different levels for you to kind of grab you in. You're going to be fine. And actually approaching things without any preconceived notions will be better, because you'll just go where we say for you to go. With the Tunisian one, if you've done anything in Tunisian simple stitch and you're happy with it, you're good, then you're going to be great, because I'm going to have you use a lot of different stitches that are all fun and something interesting to do. But as long as you're confident and you're open and you're like, sure, we'll go there, then you're going to be great. You're going to be great. So it's not easy. I don't like that word, but being
I use that
open.
word all the time. Easy peasy. It's so easy. It's easy peasy.
No, I don't, because everybody
I get
feels
it.
different about it.
I know.
Yeah. Just to answer some of the questions, if you want to find out how to join in the fun, we did put a link in there. We can throw it in again on where you can go to get to Marley's website, which will have all of the details, all the materials that you need, everything you need to know. Plus, at the bottom, that's going to be your hub, that landing page we gave you. That's where you're going to go for every clue, and then it'll take you where you need to go. So save that landing page.
Yes, bookmark it. If you don't know what I mean by bookmark it, in the blog post I talk about, like, I did a video showing you guys how to very easily make a Marley bird folder. You're going to notice in the first video I actually wear a shirt that says I have a Marley bird folder, because one of the minions made it for me. And it's just very handy. So yeah, bookmark it.
Yeah. And also, the fun is going to happen over on Facebook in Marleys Minions. So you can just search for that in Facebook. You'll find the group there. So go ahead and join that group now if you haven't already, so that you're in there and you're ready to go on Sunday. Videos will be on the landing pages and on YouTube, so that you can go and find all of the help that you need there. Guys, let me tell you, it is spelled out for you. If you just go to that landing page, we just put it in here again, and you read what it says, you got to read it, right?
Read.
You will be able to find everything that you need to succeed. And let me tell you, if you read it and you still miss it, go to the Marleys Minions group, post a question. The moderators in there are wonderful. They will help you. it's truly a great community to be part of and to be making with. So we are always excited when we can work with Marley and get to support her and have her make beautiful things with our yarn, because they truly are beautiful things. And we are so excited to have you and Robin working with us and partnering with us. We've got a lot of things coming, guys. They're cooking up a lot of stuff over there, and we're just feeding them the yarn. Keep the ideas coming. Keep coming. We want those designs. So you guys have a lot to look forward to in the coming year. We are so excited. Thank you for joining me today. Please make sure to go into the Minions group so you're ready for Sunday. Check out the landing page, get your materials organized, post a comment in the Facebook chat so that you can be entered to win a tote bag and the 5 balls. We are so excited to get to share that too. So thank you, ladies, so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful time, and I will see you guys and everybody else joining in the make-along this Sunday.
Awesome. Bye. Go Bengals.